Daddies, I just want to give you a fair warning. This little wrap up I'm gonna do, you're about to see, is very chaotic. It's not very well explained, and I'm just all over the place. So I want you to bear with me, okay? It's a chaotic mess. The TBR one might be a little better, like that half of the video, but the wrap up is a lot. So just bear with me, and I appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoy the reading wrap up TBR thing. It's a mess. I haven't done it in a while, but bear with me. Happy November 1st, y'all. I don't know why I said y'all because I'm not country, but hey. Today we are doing this is a little bit different. We're doing my May through my October reading wrap up. Okay, because I read Zodiac Academy from May to September, and I just wanted to include that in there because I read a few one-off books in between. We are also doing my November TBR. So right now I'm finishing Your Next. It's the last book of the Devil's Backbone series, and I'm trying to finish that this weekend, I think, but I'm not sure. And then how I'm picking the rest of my TBR for November is in this jar. It's not very full. There's some little ones in there. I'm just gonna pick from here. We have my fall ambiance. We have my books. We have my sweater that I bought and I never wore it during this time. So I could maybe wear it during like November, but I don't know. Welcome, daddies, to my May through October reading wrap up in my November TBR. Also, can you believe that it's literally going to be Thanksgiving this month and Christmas next month? Baffles me. Baffles. But first, we're going to start off with the first book I read in May. This technically started in April, but I finished it in May. So I'm just going to say I read it in May. This is my channel, like I said, my rules. This is On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin, and I got this book recommendation from Marina Reads on TikTok. I loved this book. I have not read the second one to this one, but this book was just so good. So how she described it as was, it's like a mixture of Fourth Wing and Harry Potter. I don't know, a whole bunch of things in here. It's vampires. I've read one vampire book in my past, which was Serpents on the Wings of Night, and I rated that book 2 stars. I did not enjoy that book because I never read a vampire book before that, and I just feel like I wasn't in the mood to read that. But this one, so good. I rated it 4 stars, and I'm going to try to read the next one soon. It's in this jar, so if we get pulled, we're reading it. So that's that. That's what we're going to do there. This is the book. And I rated this book 4 stars. So this is the first book of the Bloodwing Academy. There's gonna be 3 books. The third one's not out yet. I think that one comes out in May. I need to shut off my ice maker. It is so motherfucking loud. Basically, I love the concept of this book. This book is about a girl named Medra Pendragon, and she fell through her world into a different world. And she's the only one with red hair in the world that she fell into, let's just say. Some people rescue her, and she's like this rare beauty, and everyone is obsessed with her. They think it's been a long time since I read this, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Oh, she's one of the last dragon riders, apparently. She's a half-fae in a school of high-blood vampires. And there's this guy named Blake in here, and he's like, what is he? Oh, yes. Blake Drake Harrow. He's the one who rescues her, and basically his father is like, you're gonna marry this woman after school, whatever, like after they graduate, whatever. She is betrothed to him, okay? And he's like literally like tormenting her, bullying her, but she's like a fighter. She's not gonna go down without a fight. The school is filled with a bunch of high blood vampires, and she is Blightborn, which is also means like you have no powers. You are like a human, basically. And she is hated there. Everyone hates her because she's like betrothed to Blake Drake Harrow, and he is like the heir, I believe, if I remember correctly. And everyone just hates her. Okay, and she's trying to figure out what the darker secret is to this academy. Power runs everything in this book, and she knows there's more to it than what they're showing. So she's basically trying to figure that out. And at the end, there is a huge cliffhanger. That's why I haven't read the second one yet. I can't give too much away, but this is a very good book. It's now in like Target and like Barnes & Noble and BAM and all that stuff. So go get it. It got traditionally published. But this book, amazing. 4 to 5 stars. And then we get into Zodiac Academy. This one, I'm just gonna kind of do a wide range of what this book is about. There is 9 books in a series, not including the novellas. So I read just the 9 books. I did not read the little novellas in between or the other Solaria universe books because I was gonna do that, but I did not complete this like I wanted to within 3 months. It took me 5 months, so it's fine. I read this book roughly for the first I say 4 books. It took me like a week to read like the first 4 books, okay? And then I slowly started getting into a huge slump because this series, yes, it is good, but is very repetitive and lots of filler in this series, okay? There's like werewolves, there's Pegasuses, there's dragons, there's vampires, there's so many things. And it brings you into a whole different fantasy kind of realm, in my opinion. You just don't expect it. Basically, it's about these 2 girls, Tori and Darcy, who they live in so there's 2 worlds. I'm gonna put that book down because my arm's hurting. There's 2 worlds. There's the mortal realm, like what we live in, and then there's the Fae realm, okay? Solaria is what they call it, okay? Basically, these 2 girls, all of a sudden one day, they get told, hey, you guys are the lost princesses of Solaria. You are actually Fae, you guys have powers, yada, yada, yada. They're like, what the fuck? So they get pulled into Solaria. And the first time you figure out their elements, they have to claim their birthright in this book. They are the daughter of the Savage King, which everyone hated the Savage King because he was so savage, obviously. He just had no mercy for anyone. They get their elements, so their powers in this series, the powers are the elements of the world, so fire, water, earth, and air. So they have to figure out their elements and how to use them, okay? There are bullies in this book. This book is very heavy, the first book, on the bullying. The second book is more about revenge. This one ends, is just crazy. The whole series is just them learning how to do their powers and what their order is. So every student has an order, and you eventually grow into your order and you figure out what that is, and you learn how to use your order's powers, if that makes sense, along with your elemental powers. You can shift into, so if you're a dragon, you can shift into a dragon. If you're a siren, you can shift into a siren, yada, yada, yada. Okay, they figure out what their order is. I'm not gonna tell you. They figured that out, and then there's also a mystery element to it, so it's with nymphs, which is the enemy. Nymphs are killing people. It's hard to explain because there's so many books, and I can't just spoil it because there's so many things happen in each book that you can't even comprehend half the time. I want to tell you what I rated each book in this series. So the first book I rated 4 stars. I said not bad, to be honest, a little confusing, but it's starting to make sense. Second book, Ruthless Fae. I rated this one. This book is way better than the first one. It kept me so intrigued. Lots of connections are forming and the twins are figuring out their magic. I just wish we found out more about their order soon. And I'm not gonna say all my reviews because I'm sure I put spoilers in there, so I'm not gonna say it. I rated that book 5 stars. The next one is The Reckoning. I believe I rated this one 5 stars as well. Oh no, I rated this one 4 stars. Okay, The Reckoning, 4 stars. Fourth book, I rated this one at 5 stars. Oh, this one ends in a cliffhanger and I was pissed. I cried in this book. This is the first one I cried in of the series, and you are just baffled. Okay, Shadow Princess. And once you read the series, all the titles will make sense of what they mean. Cursed Fates, rated this one 5 stars. This one took me 2 weeks to read. Over 2 weeks to read. Oh yeah, I cried in this one too. And you see how these books keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Yeah. Fated Throne, okay? Rated this one 5 stars. I don't think I cried in this one, but the ending was really good in this Fated Throne one. That one's good. That one 5 stars. While I read Zodiac Academy on the Kindle, I also read, because I was traveling a lot during this time, which was June. Oh my god, Fated Throne took me over a month to read. Terrible. But while I was reading the paperback when I was driving home back and forth, I did read Hunting and Haunting Adeline again. I did read these before when I first got introduced to dark romance. So I read these. This is my second time reading them, but I did the audiobook for the second time because I wanted to see what Zade Meadows' voice was. If you don't know what these books are about, basically this girl, she moves into her grandmother's house who and then she figure out she has a stalker. Her stalker is actually the most world-renowned like hacker, and he saves kids from sex trafficking, yada yada yada. But also he's very like tormented. Like he's like, if someone touches you, I will cut their hands off. Simple as that. Read your trigger warnings in these books because it's fucked. Something with a gun. So just keep your eye open for the trigger warnings, okay? The first time I read these books, I said, oh my god, 5 stars. Now I rated them, they're 4 stars, 3 stars. It's nothing crazy. I mean, I still enjoy these books, but not be for everyone. So these two I read in between Zodiac Academy. We're like on top of each other. I'm gonna get that out of the way now. So after Fated Throne, I finished Fated Throne on August 2nd, okay? Then I read Heartless Sky. This book right here. This book. If you have read the series, you know what this book entails. And it is the most heartbreaking story of all time. Yes, it did take me a little bit. It took me about 20 days-ish to finish this book. But oh my god. The ending, I cried so hard. I do have the reading vlogs up if you wanted to see all these reactions. But there are full spoilers in those, so don't read or watch them if you have not read the series or you don't plan to, but you just want to know what it's about. This one is by far my favorite of the series, and I will always treasure this one. This one, 5 stars. So good. And then the 8th book, Sorrow and Starlight. This book, rated 4 stars. This was literally a bridge to the last book, from Heartless Sky to the last book. Nothing crazy happened in this book. It started to get really confusing at the end. I don't know what it was, but this whole series started getting really confusing. 4 stars. Ooh. And keep in mind, some of these books get to be almost 1,000 pages. I think the last one's over 1,000 pages, so keep that in mind. I don't have the physical copy for the last book, but that one is Restless Stars, and that one was 4 stars as well. I sped through that motherfucker. I listened to all the audiobooks besides, I think, the fourth one. Fourth one I read, and then the rest I did audiobooks. But the last one, last 2 actually, I read it on like 2.0 speed because I was just so sick of the series at this point. I wanted it to be done. It was just so much and a lot at the same time. I'm glad I read it. Maybe I wish I was more in the mood or took more breaks in between. I'm just not the person who, if the whole series is out, I'm not gonna stop and go back into it. I will have to read the whole thing because meanwhile I didn't read Bloodwing Academy, but it's fine. I overall rated it a 4-star series. It wasn't anything crazy in my opinion, but some people love it. I just wasn't obsessed with it. Just, it is how it is. We kind of tried to, right after that, the last one, I wanted to get back into my romance era, and I read Powerless by Elsie Silver, which is the 3rd Chestnut Spring book, and I rated it 3 stars. I'm like, my review on it was, I mean, it's fine. That one was, I don't even remember. Like, it wasn't even that good. I'm not even gonna say anything about it because it wasn't even that good. Let's just keep in mind, okay? I don't remember that book. What was it? I don't know, and I don't care at this point. So yeah, there's that one. And then Bear Town I read September 18th through the 28th. That one took me a little bit longer. I heard that book was really good, and I rated it 4 stars. It wasn't terrible. It's very different writing than what I'm used to. It's Bear Town by Frederick Bachman, and yeah, 4 stars. The writing's different, but it wasn't bad. You get like the mystery thriller. It's straight fiction. The book is about Bear Town, which is a hockey town. It's renowned for its hockey team, and they're trying to win the most important game of the town's life, basically, because everyone keeps moving out. This town is like secluded in the woods. No one really goes there. Each year the town keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller because people are leaving. But the first page of this book is like, student took a shotgun into the woods and put it against someone's head and pulled the trigger. So there's that for you. That's how the cliff or the hook gets ya. But you just kind of figure out everyone's like, it's not POV, it's all in 3rd person, but like, you're just like, oh, you see this character, you see this character, you see this character, you see this character. Who's manipulating who? Who is like sincere and who's not? Who's that and that? So you get to learn about a lot of people. It gets confusing because you're just like, who the fuck is this? Yeah. I mean, This is a really bad wrap up. I'm so sorry, guys. Whatever. And then my baby, I read it. I love the Windy City series. It's right here, if you guys can't see it. Right here. Love it, okay? I was so excited for Rio's story. So excited. This whole series is about, not hockey team, but people in Chicago, okay? All these have different tropes in them. And, rewind it back. Rio, he's been in love with the same girl since high school. High school. Actually, no, not high school. Childhood. I lied. Childhood. Okay? They were neighbors and they were besties and they fell in love. They broke up. You figure out why they break up in this. And all of a sudden, they reunite. I'm not going to go in further detail, but they reunite and you can kind of see the chemistry. And then I finished this book literally within 3 days. Can't go wrong with a hockey romance. Best book ever. Rated at 5 stars. This one I was giggling, kicking my feet. Read it. Hear that? Read it. Thank you very much. Oh, guys. This next book was because I had extreme FOMO. I knew nothing about it. I knew that people were talking about the original fanfic and how everyone's so excited for this release, yada, yada, yada. Knew nothing about it, nothing at all. But shout out to my friend Drew because she read the fanfic and she's like, you gotta read this one. Like, oh my God, I think it just got traditionally published. You gotta read it. I was like, oh, maybe. And then I saw everyone posting about it. I was like, fuck it. So I read Alchemized. I'm gonna cry thinking about it because this book is so good. This one was 6 stars for me. This one is my favorite read of the whole entire year. You figure out all these plot holes in this. Oh, okay. Alchemized Vincent Lin Yu. This book, you don't need to really know anything about it. Just go in blind and I wish you luck. That's all I have to say. I'm not gonna tell you, well, I am gonna tell you what it's about, but just know that this cannot be hated by anyone. And if you are, recheck yourself. I'm kidding. Everyone has their own opinions, but recheck yourself. No one can talk disrespect to my baby right here. I read this book in about less than 20 days. I could have read longer, but then my sister got married in this time period, so I had to take a little bit of a break. But keep in mind, this book is over 1,000 pages. It is a heavy hardback book, but it's so worth every second of your time. I didn't read it on my Kindle because I bought this and I was like, fuck it, we're just gonna read it on the paperback. But man, oh man. Anyways, this follows a girl. Her name is Helena Marino. I think that's how you say her name. I'm not 100% sure. But this is a post-war world. And she lost her memory. So the people who took over, who won the world, the high necromancers and like the not Iron Guild, but the guild members are like controlling this world, okay? So the high necromancer is wondering, why is she so important? What is she hiding in her memory that is all severed and we can't find it? So they send her to the High Reeve to like reveal her memories. In this time, there is this program, like I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like the reproduction program where the High Necromancer is trying to get a certain animancer, I don't know, bear with me, but he's trying to get a certain type of power from these women. So there's this thing where women, so if you ever seen The Handmaid's Tale, that's what it's kind of about. So there's this program. Anyways, she's all of a sudden is in this program. I'm not going to go into in depth, but you get the present, which is part 1. Part 2 is flashback. So during the war and how all of this changed. Okay. The third part is back in the present time. And my, oh my, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because this book is phenomenal. The way, I believe what I heard is that she read alchemist books and like alchemy and all that stuff to write this book properly. The High Reeve is Kane Farron. I believe that's how you say his name, but he's the one who's trying to get memories out of her, and he is the most scary man in Palladia. I think that's how I say Palladia. Just read it. I don't know. It is so good. It's based off the fanfic Manacled. 6 stars. And then what we read next is Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. Okay, I needed a dark refresher romance because that book destroyed me. Okay, Alchemize destroyed me. So we read Beautiful Venom. I rated this book 3 stars. It was fine. I read Rena Kent's Legacy of Gods and then like the Blood Monster series or something by her. The 3 books by her, and those were good. Those were good. This one was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It reminded me of Vile Boys by like Clarissa Wild, but you know, it's a fun dark hockey romance. I mean, Kane Davenport, that's his name. What a man. Oh, what a man. But it follows this girl named, what's her name? Dahlia. Don't ask me her last name. Dahlia. She joined this university, forgot the university's name. She joined this university to get revenge for her foster sister, okay? And she thinks it has something to do with Ventcore, which is a secret society in this college. And Kane Davenport is a part of the Ventcore, but he's also captain of the Vipers hockey team, aka, yeah, Den of Vipers? No, Den of Vipers? In the Den of Vipers, that's why I got the name, sorry. She's trying to get revenge for her sister because she thinks someone tried to murder her and she's trying to figure out who. So she's taking all these things, risk and caution. She thinks if she gets close to Kane Davenport, which is a hockey and the leader of the goddamn Ventcore, then she will figure out who tried to kill her sister. You figure it out who it is and yada yada yada. There's lots of trigger warnings in here, so read them. Okay, do not skip past them. But yeah, 3 stars. It's fine. and then we read Dear Reader by Tay James. This book or series, because I'm on the last one right now. This is a mix of, I want to say romance, but more mystery thriller and then a little bit of like, yeah, a little bit of romance in there. So it's basically she joins this, not joins, but gets into this college with a scholarship, okay? Starts off bad because her stepbrother and his 3 friends are bullying her and calling her a whore. There's like the secret society in here called the Devil's Backbone, and then she finds this diary in her dorm room who is a girl named Abigail Moore, I think her name is. And she's trying to figure out, okay, what's going on in this Devil's Backbone society? I need to figure it out. Yada yada yada. She gets initiated, okay? Keep in mind her stepbrother and his friends are in this society. And she's like, they're trying to kill me, yada yada yada. She gets left in all this stuff, okay? She's trying to figure out the mystery of what happened to Abigail and another girl who died in this society. There's more to it. I'm just not gonna spoil it for you. But let me tell you, this book ends in a cliffhanger. The next one ends in a cliffhanger. Haven't finished the 3rd one yet, but yes, this one is just so good. Watch your back because the 2nd one ends in a cliffhanger. It's more to the story. I'm not going to go deeper with it. But this book was 5 stars. Nope, I rated it 4 stars. Just kidding. 4 stars. The next one was 4 stars. So, yes. That's all the books I've read. Not a lot, but it is what it is. And I'm so sorry. That was the most random, chaotic reading wrap-up ever. Clearly, I don't remember how to do this. But now, let's get into my November TBR. Because we're already technically behind, okay? So I don't know how many books are in here, but some of these are like one-off books from like series. So like I have The Bond That Burned, which is the 2nd book to Bloodwing Academy. I have Onyx Storm. I have Releasing 10. I have Magnolia Parks. I have Breathe With Me, which is the 5th book in the Playing for Keeps series. Where is it? Right there? Right there? Yeah, that's my baby right there, so don't fucking come at me. I have Diary Bound. Yeah, I have a lot of random books in here. So we're gonna shake this up and then we're gonna pick a book. Not gonna read. Some of these are very small compared to the other ones, so I'm just gonna like do my best. Got one. Sinners Anonymous. Okay, you can't see that, but I heard, keep in mind, I only got this book recommendation from like Marina Moore because she's rereading it because it's a series. I for sure will read the first book. We'll go from there. But Sinners Anonymous is the first book I'm gonna read. I think I'm gonna pick 4, and then if it's a... Okay, this is a little bit bigger piece, so we'll see. Feathers So Vicious by Liv Zander. See that? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's the second book I'm gonna read. I have no idea what these are about, if I'm being honest. I think The Sinners Anonymous is a mafia romance. I kind of hope Onyx Storm's in here. Older by Jennifer Hartman, which is, I think, an age gap romance, dark romance, I think. You can't see that, but that's what I'm reading next. Okay, so this might be the last one. We're gonna see how many pages also these ones are, and if it's like not a lot of pages, then I will pick maybe like 1 or 2 more, because I can read a decent amount of books if I really try. Face Off, DC Star series, which is a hockey romance, and I heard they're really, really good. Okay, let me see how much these are, like how long these books are. So we got Sinners Anonymous. This one is the first book of the Sinners Anonymous series. This was 348 pages. So I could read a second one. So let me figure out what the other ones are about. Face Off, DC Stars. This one is 450 pages. So this one's a little longer. Oh, Court of Ravens. Okay, okay. This one's 414 pages. Older by Jennifer Hartman. This one's 418. So basically these books are about an average of 400 pages, which is not bad. So what these books are about is so Older, which is what one we're reading right now. Before he discovered my age, he uncovered my heart, bruised and abused, and victim to a loveless household. I shimmered with new life with the moment he found me drowning my sorrows in a lake beneath the stars. A chance encounter, an unspoken connection, I was smitten. He was curious, but as everyone knew, fate could be decidedly cruel. He called me Hallie like the comet. I called him Reed. And my best friend, well, she called him Dad. A best friend's dad? What the fuck? Older is a forbidden, slow burn, age gap romance, standalone, ending in a happily ever after. Yes! Okay, so that's that one. I'm excited. Best friend's dad. Haven't read that. I read an ex-boyfriend's dad, but that was Birthday Girl. We'll do Feathers So Vicious. More treacherous than war are the battles within a heart. Perched between branches and shadows, this is a fantasy, I believe. Perched between branches and shadows, we watch, we scheme, fighting for a kingdom forgotten and forlorn until we rip her away with our claws. Our prisoner, our pawn, our plaything, she's innocent and pure, fragile and helpless, but oh so guilty by blood. She calls us beast, wicked and evil, vicious and cruel. Okay. We are all that and worse. One of us offers her shelter beneath his wings, whispering promises of pleasure, seeking redemption. The other longs to shatter her into a million pieces, whispering promises of pain, seeking revenge. Caught between our feathers, she endures our deranged desires, our secrets, our lies, our twisted plans. Will she surrender to our darkness or fight for destiny growing ever elusive? Welcome to the Court of Ravens, the Little White Doves. Feathers So Vicious is a full-length dark fantasy romance novel. So it's a duet. Book 1 in the Court of Ravens duet. The 2-part story, morally gray raven shifters. A young woman at the mercy of their shadows and a happily ever after. Okay. I don't know. I just saw it on TikTok, so I was like, oh. And then Sinners Anonymous is my fiance's nephew knows every sin I've ever committed. He's about to become the deepest and darkest of all of them. Oh, my name is Rory Carter and I do bad things. There is a charred soul under this angelic exterior, and sometimes I wonder if my weekly confessions to the Sinners Anonymous hotline will be enough to heal it. What? Marrying a 70-something head of Casa Nostra. 70 years old? You marry... What? To save... Oh. To save my father is the only good deed I've ever done. I'm burning and bitter under the fake smile and tight dresses, but I was keeping it together until my fiance's nephew turns up to dinner uninvited. Angelo Vicious Visconti. I think that's how you say his name. A beautiful monster with cheekbones as sharp as his tongue. Because 9 years ago, he went straight. He's barely a made man anymore, but I say he's the most dangerous Visconti of all. It's not because of his cold sneer that makes my pulse flitter or the way his syrupy drawl trickles down my spine. No, he folds all of my sins in his big rough hands, and the only sins darker than mine are his own. Dark mafia, forbidden love, age gap, enemies to lovers. All right. Face Off. DC Stars. I think this one's a little bit more mellow. I'm not sure. So one of these is a fantasy and 2 of these are like a dark romance. DC Stars. Emerson or Emmy Hartwell has waited for a spot on the NHL roster since she'd become a professional hockey player, and this season we finally get to see a woman professional hockey player. Fuck yeah, my battery's gonna die. I gotta hurry this up. She finally gets a chance to showcase her talents in the struggling DC Stars. Maverick Miller is the best player in the league, but he's never had a winning record. Team captain and desperate to turn things around, he agrees to play nice with the fiery new left winger, even though they're total opposites. After a night where the tension between them reaches a tipping point, they fall in bed together. Emmy and Maverick vow it was only a one-time thing, just wants to get it out of their system so they can play better and help their team. It doesn't mean anything. She doesn't date hockey players. He's a notorious playboy who doesn't date, period. Except, ... where should have been just once happens again, then again. They tell each other they're friends with benefits. Arrangement is only for the season. But despite facing off the ice, behind closed doors, the pair is nothing but fire. Okay, I like that. We're gonna do one more for funsies. I can't guarantee I'm gonna read it this month, but we can try for sure. This is a little bit of a bigger piece of paper. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Not yet. I was hoping next month. Damn it. I'm scared. Guys, I didn't peek when I did that. I did not peek because I'm scared to read this because everyone says who has read it is like it's the biggest cliffhanger. And like there's so many questions, and the next book's not even announced yet. I don't need to tell you what this book is about because if you've read Fourth Wing, you know. This is the 3rd book of the Empyrean series, and I finished those 2 books within like 48 hours of each other. Like one book was like less than like 24 hours, the other one was like less than 20 or a little bit over 24 hours. I don't know, but I'm scared. Well, fate doesn't lie. I can't not read it. This one's definitely going to be the last one I read of the month because fuck that shit. This book will be its own separate reading vlog because I need all the emotion and all the spoilers in that vlog because I'm not going to be able to contain myself. All right. Anyways, daddies, that is it for this little chaotic reading wrap up, okay? I apologize in advance. I hope you guys enjoyed and give me some more suggestions down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.